All right. You guys ready? Who's alive? Let me start the poll before we get going. All right. I just popped the poll. Please answer the poll. Without further ado, let's get on with it. Welcome to Forex.Today, the YouTube community of more than 20,000 foreign exchange traders. We gather here today to conduct technical and fundamental analysis with the overriding goal of planning our trades in advance. Now, why would we do such a thing? To try to lower our risk, because trading is risky and not appropriate for everyone. Your past performance, good or bad, is not necessarily indicative of future results, but please stay small, stay humble, focus on the long term. Never risk money you cannot afford to lose. My name is Wayne. I will be your guide on this journey we call Forex. Please feel free to ask questions. I will do my best to address them. I have 20 years of foreign exchange trading experience, also futures and futures as far as gold, oil, the stock market, all that kind of stuff. Right on. Feel free to ask me about that. I was a high-tech entrepreneur and venture capitalist. You can ask questions about that in the mid to late 90s and early 00s, and I threw all that away to become a foreign exchange trader. So anyways, I can share a little bit about that journey. As you know, SpaceX docked at the International Space Station today, but they had some troubles. Well, let me tell you, when I worked at NASA, I was a captain of a crew of the space shuttle that docked at the International Space Station. Now you're like, Wayne, did you go to space? No, I worked at NASA. So I was on a NASA facility, on a naval base, in fact, and guarded. I had to go through armed guards to get to work. So it was legitimate NASA, and I led a crew through a simulation. And I can tell you with pride, I crashed the space shuttle into the International Space Station 6 times in a row, killing everybody. But the 7th time we did it. We docked just perfectly. So let me tell you, when you hear these things like, oh, they docked at the International Space Station. Hey, man, that's incredibly, incredibly difficult. And they had some challenges. And yeah, let me tell you, I get it, man. I've been there. Been there. So congratulations to SpaceX. Yeah, very cool stuff. So anyways, that is a true story. Yeah, that space shuttle, amazing things. So anyways, so you can ask questions about being a rocket scientist. Okay. But right now I'm just a macroeconomist. So anyways, let me know how it can help. I'll do my best. I think today, though, I don't have a lot of time. I have a very, very busy morning. So I think we'll just burn through them. What do you think about that plan? Just burn through some charts. Just focus on the technicals. Just go, 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 knock them out. In that case, let me know what you want me to cover. Is that okay? I'd like to thank everybody that's part of my swing trading group last night. I had a ball. I had a blast. It was an amazing 3 hours. I can't believe how fast it went by. That was incredible. Especially the last hour felt like 5 or 10 minutes. And then I'm like, oh my God. So anyways, thank you for all that. You give me energy. I'm fired up for the future. So thank you for that. In the description below, there are some links I want to highlight. One is a link to my book, Strategic and Tactical Forex Trading. You probably already have it. If you don't already have it, you're probably going to buy it used. Okay, no problem. But would you leave a review? Johnny's like, hey, love the new community website. Already watched the recording. Oh, right on, Johnny. Thank you for that. So anyways, would you leave a review on my book? I'm writing a new book on central banking. Sexy topic, I know. So if you could leave a review on the last book I wrote, that would be great because it would be motivation to keep going. Let me tell you, if you've ever written something, very often you need extreme motivation. Cool. There's also a link to FX Bootcamp. That's my community. $88 gets you 88 hours of training videos. If you upgrade your account to one of the live groups, fantastic. As Johnny points out, we've connected everybody now. So if you are a video-only member, you still have access to the entire community. And now we're sharing trading ideas and giving each other feedback and pointing each other to where resources are, all that kind of stuff. So get involved. 88 bucks, man. Just might change your life. No joke. And then lastly, tradersway.com. You need a foreign exchange broker. We all do. There are many out there, but this one is mine. I recommend Traders Way. I think they're good people. I think they run a good business. I think they do what they promise. I think in many ways they over-deliver. Fast execution speed, narrow swap, huge spreads. Awesome. So give them a shot. I recommend them. Tradersway.com. You need a broker. Try them. Open up a demo. Maybe they'll earn your loyalty and respect. Do it. Do it! Okay, let's get a statistically relevant sample. And we have them here. You have to have at least 30. We have 31. And nobody knows what's going on today, eh? Okay, be careful. That might be a sign. I saw the sign and it opened up my eyes. I saw the sign. Is that ace of base or rock set? Probably rock set. And if you know that, you probably are disturbed. Like me, of course. Can you imagine we get a fist fight over rock set or ace of base? Is it ace of base? Yeah, see, now we get into a fist fight over that. It is ace of base. You guys are really disturbed. All right. All right. Cool. That's why I like you. All right. Yeah, or old. Oh, I'm sure they're still sexy. Anywho, okay. Well, that's self-explanatory. Big drop, sell the lower high, but have strong conviction, strong opinion, but weak conviction. So, anyways, I got a mediocre, okay trade on. It's going nowhere fast. We're just farting around this psych level. Take a look at a higher time frame. Okay, and I got a zip, zip, zip. The idea is that we open up the 2155, and I am below a daily, a central. I'm below a weekly M3, and I know I'm in a mediocre zone, so that's why I have a tight stop. So either we have a down day today or we don't. Okay, so that's just kind of where I'm at. Now, if you look right, if I can stay in this trade, then the target is fairly decent. Okay, and so you can see that would put me down to 104.5. So I'd have to update the trade plan. So I'm like, yeah, I mean, look, I could probably put my stop more like this. Guess it's probably a little safer. But it really depends on how today goes. So now for that we have to then zip over to the stock markets. Actually, I'll just go over to commodities. I'll skip the other stock markets. And we could just look at S&P 500. And for euro dollar to come down today, I'm going to need a down day on the S&P 500. And excuse me, I already dissected this multiple times. And what I'm looking at here is a reasonable chance that this heads significantly higher before it drops. And that would kill my euro dollar trade, right? So anyway, I could do this, right? Or it could do that, and that's game on, especially for my euro dollar trade. So I basically already have that on. The other thing would be some version of that. And anything higher, of course, is I'm running. I'm running for the hills. So right now, what's in play is that. And so hopefully New York opens and it drops. S&P 500 drops and my euro makes money. Fine, great, fine, good. Looking at WTI, we still have more oil than we need right now in the United States. And it shows, like, if you look at inventories that way, it shows that down is quite likely. So as we approached 80, it gets less likely for this to continue rally. The economies around the world, I would expect to slow. Excuse me. La 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 la. 20 dwarves. In sooth, I know not why. No, I think it's this ghee gets caught in my throat. If you put bone marrow in your coffee, you know what I'm talking about. Well, let me get some water here. Hang on. Me. 20 dwarves. In sooth, I know not why I am so sad. The wane in Spain falls mainly on the plains. The ants in France stay mainly in your pants. A little bit better, but not much. So we have more than enough oil right now in inventory, and that we had 9 weeks in a row of a buildup. We had another buildup this week. So we're building as a time when the economy is slowing down. And I think this has somewhat to do with India buying all the Russian oil and converting it into product and then selling it to Europe. And so sort of the flow of oil around the world is changing. And then, of course, I'm worried about, how much of that Russian oil has created a black market, and how, if the black market is actually selling oil for less than the open market, then what? No one buys WTI. And it doesn't get sort of priced on our charts. There seems to be something going on here. But if you take everything at face value, I can prove to you we have too much oil right now for this time of year. We're going back into the range of acceptable levels, but 9 weeks in a row of a build typically would give you lower oil prices, in particular if that was happening because, well, A, overproduction, but B, demand destruction. And so really what I'm looking at most importantly now, because we're talking about the S&P 500, we're talking about the US dollar, I'm looking at the global economy. Okay? The global economy. And if there's demand destruction on that level, then WTI should probably come back down to the bottom of the range. Okay? And we kind of see that price action. But look, if you're a bull, you're probably going to be buying this in the next couple of hours. If you're a bear, you might want to sit back and see if this goes down to 76 and then sell a rally back up at 77. So look, if you need pretty colors. If you're a bear, you should probably let it break and then sell the rip. That might be Monday. If you're a bull, game on right now. Look, I already drew all this out long ago. Okay. I think I did this 2 days ago, in fact. So if you are a bull, yeah, sure. Right time, right place, market open. If that's what you're doing, drop into like even a fiver. And what? 5A cross up, 21.55 up. That's up to you, man. Okay, you can just get that price action on. I've been out of gold now for what, 4 days? So I got out, even though I was short near the top here. I got out right near the bottom. Cool. Remember, discipline. Well, one of the subjects that we were talking about yesterday in the swing trading group is when I say discipline, I'm assuming you already know how to trade. I'm assuming you're not focused on your losses. I'm assuming all that. What I mean by discipline is, do you know how to get out of a profitable trade? And that's one of the most important, most difficult challenges you'll have as a professional trader, because you never know. And you do better off when you have the discipline to get out of a trade when you're supposed to, even though at the time it feels like you might be getting out early. There are times when you have to do it anyways. And I've given many, many examples in the day trading group lately when those decisions need to be made. And then I showed how on the long run, the tough decision on average statistically is the better decision. Not always, but on the long run, it will produce better results. But that takes discipline, and that's the issue. And of course, the idea is if you don't have the discipline to take profit on a winning trade, oh my God, you will not have the discipline to get out of a losing trade. Okay? That's why it's important. So anyways, cool. So I wrote all this trade plan out a long time ago, I think almost an entire week ago. And so, the things to be watching now is if there's an early move here or the sort of as expected move way up here. Now, this is gold. So you need the S&P 500 to fall to get this to drop. It's simple Newtonian physics. Or you could just say, if the stock market is falling, by definition, that's the price of American companies. So if the price is falling, we're in a disinflationary market condition. And gold is used as a hedge for inflation. So you don't need an inflationary hedge in a disinflationary market. Hooah! Hoorah! So this should fall because of disinflation. Or another way of looking at it, okay, Citigroup laid off several hundred people today. They have to decide. They have to pay their rent. They have to buy food at the grocery store. They have to put, shoes on their kids' feet. Well, how are they going to pay for it if they don't have a salary anymore? Well, they can take it out of their 401ks, but you're going to be penalized. You could take money out of the equity in your home, but nobody wants to refi at 7% mortgage. Okay, so what do? Convert some of your gold into cash. Simple enough. Okay? Simple enough. Cool. So down, and the target would be down around 1700, but again, we've covered that all week, so that's nothing new. Okay. Nat gas, there's our arbitrage play. Am I able to take credit for that now? Has that worked out? We're up almost 50%. Okay. I told you 6 months in advance, and then I pointed out the exact candle in which the entire market reversed. Gave you 6 months, at least 6 months, maybe more like 8 months advanced notice. That's the catalyst. I read it out. I showed everybody within 20 minutes of the catalyst happening. And then instantly the market is up now close to 50% in very short order. Cool. Bravo! Bravissimo! Yeah. That's it. What? Yeah. So anyways, nitty natty. Oh, you got the email from them as well. Thank you. Yeah, it's awesome, Jean-Guy. Cool, right? Simple intramarket arbitrage in the, right? In the local nat gas market, because there is no global nat gas market. Cool. Awesome. Neat. Set it up 6 months ago for the email when I suggested it. Right on, JGB. Yeah. Yeah, and I got it. I'm like, that's it. That's it. There it is. Our catalyst. Boom. Now, the cool thing is I know some of you took the trade. Oops. I know some of you got real money on it. And that's cool, man. That's some cool beans. I think somebody has an option on it. I think somebody's on a future. I think somebody actually bought the market. So some of you are on all different kinds of things. All right. So what do you think about crypto? That says US dollar strength. That says dollar down. That says stock market down. That says euro dollar down. Okay. Cool. All started with the double top. Yo. Okay. Cool, right? Look at this. R1. Why is that R1? There's the top. Remember, pivot points are calculating high, low, and close. Is that right? Isaac's taking it down to 20. Why 20? Let's try to figure that out. Let's go up. Yeah, I see it. Okay, that's fine. 20 is fine. Okay. There might be a little concern around 21, but I get you. I got you. 20's not stupid. And that's a compliment, right, Isaac? Hey, well, that's not the dumbest idea I've ever seen. No, that makes sense to me. I see what you got going on. Sharag says, hey, Wayne, I completed reading your book. Good information on all chapters. Well, thank you very much. The cool thing is I might have learned a few new things over 12 years. Does anybody know when I wrote the book? I don't know. Is it... I think I wrote it 2007 and it came out 2008. Is that right? I mean, you guys should try it someday. Buy a new home. Have 2 babies. Okay? and run a business with employees, trade professionally, and then at the same time of all that, go into a financial crisis globally. And while that's occurring, write a 250-page book. And go on speaking tours and write for magazines. Try it, man. Those are some stretched out times. My wife says she doesn't even remember me being around. I'm like, dude, seriously? Like, what? She's like, holy smokes. Yeah, it took a lot of effort is all I'm saying. So I'm glad you enjoyed it, Shrug. All right. So that's good for me. Even ETH getting kicked in the teeth, huh? So how far could this fall, eh? Well, I have a range bound. So yeah, back to what, 900? You're like, it can't be 900. We're at 1600. Well, that's what it says. If we can breach, if it breaches that moving average, yeah. So this is a moment of truth for Ethereum. Okay. There's been some job boning. Coinbase guy was talking, and then Gary Gensler's been talking, and all that kind of stuff. There's a hedge fund in trouble, it's not a hedge fund. What would you call it? Bank? Anyways, there's part of the crypto ecosystem that's in trouble, and so it's spooky stuff. Gary Gensler, who runs the SEC, who oversees crypto, again, my former professor at MIT, he spoke and he babbled in circles and was completely incoherent. Thank you, like a typical regulator. So I don't know what people think. How am I doing on my peso, yo? Well, we're at the next moment of truth, right? Let me zoom in a little. The next moment of truth, huh? So I stuck with it. We talked in great length in the group, the live group, about the decision that needs to be made on this thing as we head through 18 and maybe below. But this puts us OOP, which sets up the CT later next week, between now and probably the Fed meeting. And that leads me to say, I'm going to let this drop significantly more. And around right now I'm at, what is this, 1780. I take my money. And that will be something. So I was on this pair. I think I was short for 3 months. Got out somewhere on the up, and then it resumed the trend. It got a new 2155 cross, and I re-entered in one of these dipsy-doos, probably this spike here. One of those lucky trades where I nailed it, 3 points, nothing but net. And then I've been on this 1, 2, or 3. So I think I was on for 3 months, took profit, and then now I've been short for 3 weeks. And probably next week, the 4th week, I'll probably tap out for profit here. Let the Hulk into the ring. Ooh, yeah! Or is that Macho? That might be Macho. Sorry, Hulk fans. How dare you? Felipe says, Euro peso going down too. Yeah, well, this is not a dollar play. For sure. This is definitely onshoring or nearshoring. Elon Musk has announced recently that Tesla is going to start doing stuff in Mexico. Have you guys done a Google Earth over Tijuana? Okay. Oh my God. If you haven't been to Tijuana since the 80s, when you got that leather jacket, the bullwhip, the switchblade knife, and the tattoo, holy smokes, has it changed, huh? Denise says, CAD permits come out negative versus a positive expected. Yeah, well, the thing is, I always wonder why positive expected. So let's say you're a developer. What do you think about mortgages being at 6 and 7%? Is that good for business or not? It's not. Mark says, how's it changed? It's become an industrial park. It's kind of like, like flying over the Silicon Valley, but it's all manufacturing, right? Yeah, so Denise says, yeah, exactly, bad for building homes. Yeah, well, we already know that, right? So what I did is I let that market drop pretty significantly, well, very, very, very significantly. I bought some of those builders around 80% off, 90% from their high. I bought some of them and have done fairly well. I might just bail on them, go to cash, because I want to invest in a couple of other things. One of the things I talked about last night is I might enter into a covered call fund, because I expect the stock market to be sideways and then down and then up and then sideways. I think we'll be around this 4,000 mark plausibly for a couple of years. I mean, it really depends what you think is going to happen to the stock market when the Fed pauses. And the narrative in the market might be, if the Fed pauses, then within 6 months they're going to cut. See, I don't believe that either. So, but nonetheless, that might create a stock market rally, and I might have to adjust, and I might have to change funds. So what I'm thinking, I guess I could pull up this S&P 500. I got to watch the market. I got to go soon. If I go back to the S&P 500, okay, let's just say if I believe this is heading down, I want to be in a covered call strategy. And if I believe this is heading up, I want to be in a dividend strategy. So I'll have to switch strategies. So right now I'm a bear, so covered call is the way to go. So I want to own stocks, but I want to earn income. But I wouldn't do a strategy like that if I thought it was going up, because then the covered call is going to limit my upside. I'm trying to limit my downside. That's my attitude right now. I got to invest, but I'm focused on limiting my downside. Okay? Neat, right? Neat. You see the thought process? That's all I'm sharing. It's just the thought process. All right, let's go into some dollar pairs. So we've already done gold, oil, and Bitcoin fairly quickly, but it's there. We've talked about the S&P 500. Okay, that's great. I think we already looked at euro dollar. So let's go through. Actually, why don't you just tell me what pairs you want me to go through, and I'll be happy to do that. Got about 15 minutes, so I could probably go over 2 or 3. Let me know how the Wayne can help. By the way, ISM is coming out later today, I think. Ooh, look at that. Not going to go my way. Shoot, it kicked off that psych level. Oof. I might have to bail on this just because I don't want to deal with it. Okay, what do you want me to cover? You have to ask. You better ask somebody. USD kitty cat, okay. Okay, do you want to buy it up there? Already looked at Nat Gas, Mohammed. We already did that one. So I set up the arbitrage already. It's, you know. Okay. Am I a bull or a bear on USD CAD? Ashish wants to do a cross pair. So do you think today is a sideways day, Ashish? Yes, Johnny Lucas says I'm a bull in that, and that is correct. I know Lucas even has it on his chart. Literally, he writes it down. Bullish. That's cool, right, Lucas? Like, high five, man. So, yeah. So, you got to buy the dip or get out of the way. Roger that. That's affirmative. Yeah, so anyways, yeah, we got some upside trouble here, but yeah, not bearish. This is sort of a last chance. What the chart says is we'll probably get to resistance, and there's a really good probability that this wimps out. So if you bought it, if you bought the dip, you jam the stop, and you just, I don't know, pray never hurts, right? You got to be in it to win it. Maybe if you bought the dip, you're like, well, there's a small chance, but maybe this pops and goes to the next level. Sweet. I'm okay with that, by the way. If it fails, you take a -3, and that's fine. Because to me, -3 pips is a break-even trade, recorded as a loss, and this would be a failed trade. So if you have any self-integrity, you would record a trade like that as a loss. Cool. But, you know, are you afraid of taking the -3? Why? Think of a professional athlete that's afraid to take the shot. Well, you're not going to score. But what if I miss? Give me the ball. Give me the ball. Okay? Raymond says, not at that resistance. Well, you can, on this time frame, I mean, look, Down here, maybe. And the idea, Raymond, in this one is, do you have, first of all, is it still bullish? Yes, it is still bullish. It's less bullish than it used to be, probably because of this double, triple top. So yeah, it's there for sure. But you, as a bull, you have permission to buy. This is still technically bullish. Maybe it's less bullish, like, so if you measure it this way, oh yeah, I get it. But the first thought, Raymond, I mean, depending on the situation, of course, like how bullish are you? How important is that resistance? Is that resistance actually a key pivot point? All that kind of stuff. But the first thought is, can you jam your stop? Can you remove the risk? Can you get a free look at the net? It's a bit of a Hail Mary. Sure. Okay. And she says, I'm bearish on CAT. Yeah, well, think of it this way. Their largest trading partner is the United States, and you might believe the United States is going into a recession. That's not good for Canada, is it? Cool. So it's just economics. Okay. Yeah, shoot, I got to bail. I can't watch this. Yeah, see, I can't watch this while I'm coaching. I don't want to do it. Don't do it. Just take the loss. Boom. Look, I just took a small loss. Good. Great. I can't watch it. I can't babysit it, and I don't want it to be a big loss because I'm being lazy. So anyways, so yeah, that's that. If you're a USD kitty cat, you can do it, but you should be cautious. You can see I have resistance, resistance, resistance. And you have that sort of lower high there. Might be overreading into it, but that's fine. So yes, there's a good probability that we breach to this downside. The thing is, even though that's a decent probability, it hasn't happened yet. So you can wait this one out is, the other thing if you're a bull, oh yeah, you can just wait this one out, okay, and let it do this. Okay. Now that's assuming there's no like weekly and monthly targets in our face. So I don't have that leading indicator on this chart. I'm only talking price action. Okay. Up, 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 down, down, buy. 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 Up, up, down, down. Should I be worried about that? Yeah. But there's still a chance of the up, 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 down, down, up, 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 down, down. So is it too late? Yeah, maybe. Is it okay to take a shot? Yeah, maybe. But you can't go any lower. Yeah. Cool thing is, like, I drew this resistance zone like a week and a half ago. So it's nothing new. Everybody should already know that. So yeah, if you're a bear, take it down. You should sense the weakness in the bulls. If you're a bear, take it down. Okay, go for the triple top, then a drop, then a lower high, right? And then you take it around. You should be able to see that vulnerability. But if you break this down logically, in my humble opinion, this should go up and this should go down. When I look at the economics, okay, when I look at jobs, inflation, interest rates, growth, when I look at institutional positioning and retail positioning, when I look at seasonality, when I look at the technical trend on a daily chart, This is up. Okay? So technically, that's where we are now, and it means we're vulnerable, right? Yeah, but only for a week. You're like, Wayne, I'm on a 15-minute chart. I can't think about a week. I can't think about next week. So going back to like Raymond, like, hey, Raymond, he says, shouldn't we be worried about resistance? Well, on this time frame, remember, this is lagging. So let's make it a fat kind of draw. And I say, okay, it's going to look like this in the near future, right? So should I be worried about resistance? Well, if I'm a bull, I don't even see that. I'm like, Raymond, what resistance? Because I've looked at all the economic data, I have 100% opinion that CAD is going to go down, dollar's going to go up based on all that economic analysis. Again, GDP, interest rates, inflation, jobs, seasonality, institutional positioning, retail positioning. This is going up, and I will buy the dip. Is it a 382 dip or a 618 dip? Yes. And we're on our way to 140, maybe 150 at the end of the year. So what resistance? Right, Raymond? Well, on a 15-minute chart, it's massive. But on a daily chart, it's just a bus stop. We'll just take a little break here, wait for those EMAs to catch up, and then we're Oscar Mike. All right, ladies and germs, scalpers and swingers, I gotta go, yo. Oh, what a wonderful week. Oh, it was a good week. February was a great month. We don't have NFP today. That's going to be a week from now. When will we start 7 a.m.? Maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I asked if people would rather me go 7 a.m. or 9 a.m. and everybody said 7 a.m. But is 7 a.m. better than 8? Like, you're like, actually, I would prefer 7 over 8. Like, what do you like? Do you prefer 7? Is 7 better than 8? Or are you just okay? 7's better than 9? It actually is a little earlier. Or even earlier, maybe even a 6er, huh? Would you be okay if I was wearing like a workout outfit instead of this beautiful custom-made shirt? Huh? Would it be okay if I had a baseball hat on? I'm not going to wear tank top. Actually, you know what? I think my YouTube, from what I can tell, people that are wearing tank tops get more YouTube views. So maybe I should do that. It could, you know, the thing about 6 a.m. that I like is it's London lunch. So, you know, roll out of, I guess the routine would be what? Roll out of bed, 4:44, shit, shower, shave, meditate, workout, and then get to my charts, and then, yeah, all that kind of stuff. Bumpy says it's the YouTube algo, not the tank top. Oh, man, you're so wrong. You wait, you watch. I'm going to wear... I'm going to wear tank tops. Yeah. You can't do 6. Maybe we'll split it and do 6:30, huh? So anyways, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do it next week or not. You know, life's complicated. I can't just flip a switch. But Look, I really do got to go. Peace on earth. May the pips be with you. May your profits be above average. And hey, look, if you're new to this community, almost everybody in the chat right now is a member of FX Bootcamp. So if you like what we've covered, if you like the types of analysis, if you just like the vibe of Forex.Today, you gotta join FX Bootcamp. Okay? You just have to, I'm telling you. Oh my God. Yeah, actually, you know what? I taught people yesterday how to turn $10 a day into millions of dollars. It's one of the things we did, literally, yesterday. Cool. So if you're young, look, if you're like 30-ish, if you start investing $10 a day, I proved mathematically that you will be a multi-millionaire by the time you're too old to work. By the time you're ready to retire, you will have millions of dollars. So cut back on lattes, save your loose change, and become a multi-millionaire. The thing is, you have to defer your pleasure. I don't know, Wayne, I really like my lattes. Okay, is a latte a day worth millions, like let's say $3 million? Are you willing to pay $3 million for a lifetime of lattes? Make a choice. You have to understand the math of finance. The most powerful force in the universe is compound interest. Cheers. See you Monday.